Jarvis. I live at Bury Pomeroy and worked for the company for 41 years, starting in 1956.
What did you do at the beginning?
Churn collection around mostly in the Kingsbridge area when I first started, and worked as a relief driver, relieving various rounds all over Devon for when drivers went on holidays. So I learned a lot of farms in the area and the roads and lanes as well. From there I went to, I realised after I'd been on churns for a while that there was more money to be made if I went on bottles. And I set about doing that. Wasn't very popular with some of the drivers I relieved because I started doing their rounds faster than they were doing them. And they started moaning. And so the foreman said, well, how about going on bottles? I said, yeah, mission accomplished. I'll let you go on the bottle delivery side. And that's how I come on bottles, which I remained then for years and years.
And then can you tell us a bit about that and how you managed other jobs that you did?
Well, working on bottle delivery to depots in Dawlish, Paynton, Torquay, Brixham, Plymouth, and then got on to doing what we called country deliveries, delivering to small dairymen in the area. Well, it's Kingsbridge, Sulcombe, well, you name it. In the moor, Newton Abbott, Teignmouth, wherever you like to mention, we delivered milk to. And that was when there was no site at the bottom, it was just the site at the top. And I was quite happy doing that, relieving drivers as well at that job as well. And then one day, the bloke who was then manager at the factory, a bloke called Mr. Wheeler, come to one day and he said, would you like to be in charge of transport at the bottom when we open the new? And I said, well, I don't know about that. I said, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. So I said to him, well, what about the blokes who are in charge now? Oh, I'm asking you if you want the job. He said, oh, got to sort it out. So I talked to the wife about it and I said, what do you think? And I thought about it and I said, went back and I said, okay, I'll do it, but there's one condition. What's that? He said. So I said, I'll stay on the clock. I don't want nothing to do with salary. I said, and then if I'm working down there, I'll get paid for all the hours I do. Which is, that's right, fair enough. And that's how I come, when they opened the new plant down the bottom, I was in charge of, not the transport manager, but I was in charge of that part of the factory at the time.
And you said, where did you end up?
Well, then eventually I got to be the transport manager down there, and then eventually I got to the distribution manager of the whole bottle delivery side of it.
So how long did you work there altogether?
Well, I didn't, because it's funny how things work out. Nobody could have been happier than I was doing it. I loved it. But as time went on, various managers, I must have had 6 or 7 different factory managers here in that time. But I was a man manager, not money and that didn't come into it. The people was important, it was the people. And well, eventually went on, it got to the stage when I got the feeling that money was becoming more important than the people. And to be quite honest, I couldn't act that. And well, I got ill actually through about it, and I got to the stage where I didn't want to come to work. So out of the blue one day, I just said to the bloke who was with me, I said, Alan, I'm going to the manager now in the factory, and I won't be coming back. So he said, no, he said, no, you'll be all right. And I said, I'm telling you, I won't be back. And the fellow at the time, Richard Elliott, was the manager at the time. And I seen him and I said, Richard, I've finished. I said, leaving here, I'm going to the doctors. I said, he'll sign me off. I know that. Which he did. I was home for about 3 months, I think. And of course, personnel got involved. And they said one silly thing to me. He said, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I know from being here that there's a certain bloke's going to retire in so much time. I said, I'll come back, I'll take over that round, and you won't have to worry about it at all. Because I knew all the customers, they all knew me, so I've been here for years. Anyhow, and then the silly man said, oh, look at the drop in wages. I said, I'm talking about my health here, not the wages. And I said, I'll come back to do that. Anyway, when after 3 months I come back, went on the lorries just like I was years and years before. Took over the round, stayed on it for 3 months, 3 years rather. Then I met the personnel book again. This is my life story actually. And I said to him, look, I can't remember his name now. Can you get me all the information about my pension and things like that? So he said, oh yeah, I can do that for you. I mean, like I said, I've been here for long, everybody, I knew everybody in personnel, they all knew me, whatever. And, yeah, I'll do that for you. Well, it went on for quite a while and I thought he forgot all about it. But he hadn't, and eventually I got a big envelope, came through the door. And I opened it up and looked at it. And I said to the wife, I'm finishing at Christmas. And I did. After 3 years back on the lorry. And that was it, finished.
Oh.